Welcome back to the channel. A couple of weeks ago I asked for some feedback on both the T2.5 community rides and the videos themselves, because as you know, in about 4 weeks time I'm going to be having a little girl and I want to make sure that I'm focused on the things that you guys want to watch. I had loads of feedback. I'm kind of blown away by it. I can't thank everybody enough. It just positive and negative, is that the right word? Constructive feedback too, which has been absolutely brilliant. I thought I'd just put together a bit of a summary of those things and maybe the sort of direction we'll go going forward. So if we start off talking about the rides, one of the big things that was a bit more difficult for people is just time availability. We've got a few viewers that are over in the States or elsewhere in the world, and the time doesn't quite align for them to join our rides, but also sort of clashes with other rides that are on as well. So the Tuesday night Zwift races, the time trials, all the dirt races, all of those sort of things that are organised that people go along and join, which is why maybe some of the ride, specifically the Trundle on a Tuesday, have been slightly lower. There's a lot more to do on Zwift now. I've just mentioned those things. Zwift run their own monthly races now as well, which I did the other day. So there's just a lot more going on. But one of the big feedback, one of the good points is that we have a good community of people in the Discord channel, having a chat, just experiences, asking for advice. It's just a great community. So whilst we might not all jump on and ride together, everyone does talk about things and their achievements and stuff as well, which is really good. So I've put together a few things that I think I'd like to trial, or just coming back from feedback and ideas about things we can implement going forward. Number one is bringing back the banded ride. Now, at the moment we can't run that through clubs, but it is coming. Zwift has said it is on the way. So once we have that ability, we will start that ride. Whether it will still be on a Saturday morning, I don't know. One of the general feedbacks was, again, about availability and wanting maybe something on a Sunday or a Friday night. So we'll bring a banded ride in at some point. I'm just not quite sure when it is. There was some feedback. A lot of people don't like the band. They don't enjoy doing banded rides, but quite a few people missed it. So I enjoy that. It's a great chance to get on and have a chat with people on Discord. So bringing that back when we can. Talking about the weekends and Friday nights, there was a couple of people suggesting maybe sort of a race series. A lot of people enjoyed the world tour that we did. The thing about the world tour is, because none of it's automated, it just required quite a bit of admin work to collate all the points, put the tables together, put them into the graphics, all of that stuff. And I think I'd like to do a race series, maybe every, an 8-week race series. Every 2 months we have sort of a league table for each of the categories, and then we just do it every couple of months. I think there needs to be some automation in that as well. I don't know whether we can use Zwift Power to do that. It's just something where the results are instant for people, or pretty much instant for people to go and see how they've done and where they are within the league table, and just take some admin away. We've got lots of people helped out with the world tour, which was awesome. We've also got Craig, who runs the Tuesday Trundle on a Tuesday night, and Chris Jupp, who sets up all of our T2.5 rides during the week. Some of these are going to need, if we want them to become a success and to work, we're just going to need a few people to volunteer. If you want to volunteer to run something like that, then do get in touch, and we can definitely add it to the calendar. Talking about racing, it's become a discussion over quite a long period of time, ever since really we've been riding as a T2.5 community, about having a ZRL team or a team to join the other races. I've kind of always been semi-against it. Against it's not the right word. I just didn't feel it was necessarily the right fit for a T2.5 community, because I've always been about bringing new riders in on their path, and they're starting to Zwift, and similar to me, getting fit, maybe losing some weight and getting better at cycling. But I feel that the mix of the group has changed slightly now. We've had people who have done that, and they're now off doing those other races and doing those things. So I'm definitely open to that idea. It would be awesome. Whether I'd join it or not, I don't know. I think I'd have to improve quite a lot. But again, if someone's interested in running a ZRL team or a team for the other races, then do get in touch, and we can look at setting that one up as well. One of the things that another piece of feedback was more about the social side of it. We used to use Discord chat a lot on a Tuesday trundle, on a Saturday morning bandit ride that we did, and just had a chat with everybody, and that sort of seemed to die off a little bit. Not as many people joining Discord chat, and I want to kind of bring that back, but along with the chance to do more sort of getting together, and quite a few people actually mentioned about jumping on and doing just a casual ride after our races on a Thursday night. So what we'll do is we'll set up a ride for after our races on a Thursday night with a 30-minute late start enabled, so that once because obviously not everyone's going to finish at the same time in a race, once you've finished you can jump across to that ride, and again we'll get onto Discord. I'll try and get onto Discord myself, as I will now on Tuesday nights as well, and try and get that chatter going again, because there's always been a post-race. I like seeing the chatter that happens and the discussions that happen in Discord text, but we can also jump on and talk about it, have a bit more of a casual ride on a Thursday night after the race, which will be good too. One idea that someone came up with, which I thought was really good, is having like a weekly segment challenge where somebody picks a segment for the week, and at some point you go out and try and do your best time on that segment, and then at the end we do a bit of a league table to see who's done the best. In practice, I don't really know how that works, how we collate that data. Maybe it's something we could do in Strava, but that definitely helps with the people going off and doing other races or being in different time zones. If you want to get involved in a slightly different way, I really like that idea. So if someone's interested in running that and getting that one up and running, I think that would be quite good fun. I'd really enjoy that one myself, actually. I want to also bring in a ride for newer members and give the newer members a chance to ask what they might see as silly questions, and just as a first step in, without it being, maybe even the Tuesday trundle could be a little bit daunting if you've never ridden with the group before and you jump on and there's lots of chat going on between people who know each other. Maybe less inclined to get involved with that. So maybe once a month I'm going to run a beginner's ride. It will be open to everybody, but I want the focus on that ride to be on the newcomers who can ask questions, maybe even again jump onto Discord and ask them on there, and just open up that sort of pathway in. It'll be probably even slower than a Tuesday trundle. Do it, say 1 watt per kilo, 1 to 1.5 watts per kilo on a flat route that we'll do once a month, just to give the opportunity for people to jump in and ask questions. And as I said, anybody can join it, and you can come and join in and answering those questions and welcoming those guys into the T2.5 community. Talking about the trundle, I don't know, the trundle and the clash with a lot of events that happen on a Tuesday night. I'm going to put a poll up to see if we want to move the trundle, keep it the same or move it to either a Monday or a Wednesday, maybe, and just see if that will alleviate that clash. I don't know. We've had this week we had a fairly good turnout for the trundle, so maybe we'll stay where it is, but it'd be interesting to see what other people think on that as well. And lastly, around the rides, there was a bit of discussion around the mass start race. And as with a lot of the feedback that I got, some of it was contradicting and opposite to what other people thought. The mass start race was one of those things. And it is, I think if you're a strong rider, it's something that you really enjoy. But if you're a low NC or a D, it's a little bit more difficult. So, and the numbers were dropping off for that ride as well. So what I think we're going to do, one of the other things that people mentioned was joining in other rides, not T2.5 rides, but go and do a Zwift race or one of the others that are set up. So what we'll do is once a month, rather than doing a mass start race, we'll pick a race on a Thursday night for everybody to join, and we'll go and do another race so we can join and racing with other riders who aren't in our community, and challenge ourselves in a different way, and just race elsewhere. I think that would be quite an interesting thing to do, and quite a few people asked for us to do that. So hopefully covered off quite a few of the bases from the feedback in those few options. As I said, some of those, if you want to volunteer to run those things, that would be awesome. Get in contact, because my availability is going to be disappearing in the next 4 weeks. So having a few more people helping out would be incredible, and that's how we're going to get them up and running. They probably won't if we don't get someone into who's interested in helping to do those things. So yeah, get in contact. Just send me a message on Facebook, Discord, or any of the places you can get in contact, and we'll have a chat about it. On to videos. Again, this was another quite polarizing thing. People saying they like certain things, other people saying they didn't like those things. As I said before, I want to try and just make sure the videos are giving you something that you want to watch on a regular basis, and I'm focusing my time, the limited time that I will have, doing the things that you guys are interested in and ignoring all the other stuff. It was quite difficult to do because people said they like different things. One thing that came back was the length of the videos. I tried to cut my videos back a while ago they were around half an hour, just over, to try and get around the 20-minute mark. I'm going to try and make them a little bit shorter as well. Some people said they are not interested in things like the house and the garden. They want to skip to some action. Sometimes the videos drag on a bit. Maybe you're thinking this one is. So I think what I'm going to do is start the videos with a race or a ride or a workout, and then if there's still a bit of time in that video of about 10 minutes to update on some other bits where people can either watch it or not, but we've kind of got the actual riding part out the way at the start. One of the biggest feedback point was wanting to see my progress and trying to, I guess, separate that slightly from the T2.5 community. People saying that they want to see my progress and how I'm doing, and not necessarily as interested in other people. On the flip side, I did get some feedback saying they love watching the other people and how I jump ahead and watch the race finishes. It's going to be really difficult to balance this up correctly. But I know my progress hasn't been particularly good over the 2 years. I think I've definitely got stronger as a cyclist. The weight is a bit of an issue, I know. But maybe I'll focus more on my journey and the things that I'm doing for these shorter videos for a while. And you see how it goes. People are also saying don't feel pressured to put out a video on a Sunday or a weekly video like I normally do. Which, yeah, actually taking that on board, I probably will take that pressure away from myself. But if the videos are, say, only 10 minutes and they're having one race at a time or something, I could probably get them out quicker. So I'm just going to step away from a release schedule and just release a video when I've done it. And actually, there was some feedback in there from a few people that were saying they want to see those things faster. So rather than waiting a week to see a race video, try and get it out the next day or the day after. And that's what I'll try and do. So shorter videos, quicker, a shorter period between the race and that video. And yeah, hopefully they'll be all right. I don't know, but we'll see. There might be more videos than normal just because I'm following that process. There might be less, but I don't know. But yeah, once again, everybody, thank you so much for your feedback. If you've got more feedback, stick it in the comments below. Let me know what you think about these rides, and get in contact if you're interested in running one of those sections of the new T2.5 schedule. But I think I've waffled on long enough. In the interest of trying to keep the video short, I'm going to finish this one here. If you have enjoyed it, do hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.